Good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 coming to you live from the East Coast. Just a chill chat or something tonight, having some fun, laying back. There we go. We got the border in there. Uh, had practice of fighting this since YouTube did different things like that. Yes, we got a football in the upper right top corner. Yes, there is the college playoff game between went to commercial Miami, the Canes, the U. The U is back, although they didn't win their damn conference this year and still somehow got in the playoffs against Ole Miss. So we shall see how this goes. The battle that ends. Miami versus Miss. Right now, let me get the tweet out and yeah. Just football. So I'm trying to type and talk. All right, so we got this. I got it. Sorry about this, folks. Yeah, I just felt like going live a few minutes early instead of waiting. So how this goes, let me go here. Snorta Poopus came in earlier saying hello, but obviously has retired for the night. Let me see there. All right, let's go here with it. There we go. All right. We're at 8 o'clock on the Thursday night. Hope you're doing well. We've got things coming up this month. Getting back into the flow of things. We've had a lot more Fortnite lately. Plan on a lot more Fortnite coming up in the next few months. Of course, tonight we've got a chill chat here, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Ole Miss Miami game, but not just that. Let's see. Miss and I will be leaving town tomorrow, so we will be no streaming this weekend. But Tuesday night at 8 p.m., we will be live celebrating our 30th anniversary on the day with you folks, and hope to have fun with that. And then, of course, the 22nd, I'll have the Eclectic Goat back on, and Daisy Blossom and I will be talking the Fifth Element on the Thursday, the 29th. While JT and I will be back with sports on the Tuesday nights, the 20th and 27th, and the Miss and I will roll out a new talk show with the two of us on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. So there's a lot coming and a lot of changes in January. So be ready for that. So let's see. Snorta Poopus is here, and I went to bed. He's a good polar bear. And hey, Jess, how are you tonight? Good. It was really funny. The StreamYard said it was 12 people here, and when I was back to 5. But hey, we got great people here, including a polar bear that made a bypass. But Jess, hope your work is going well tonight. Hope you're doing good. There you are, Small Town Republic. Yeah, 3 of the 4 semifinalists didn't play in the conference title game. You know, I think Lane Kiffin actually talked about that a couple of years ago. That he kind of did downplay the importance of making the SEC championship game, as we saw what happened with Georgia last year when Carson Beck got hurt in the SEC championship game, which pretty much ended his season. What is a conference title compared to making the playoffs? That's a big debate. I'm more old school, and I'm for as much football as possible, but I still don't. I have still had logical issues with Miami not making their conference because of the way they lost the 2 teams that they lost to. I just still had a problem with them getting in. Even Virginia. I mean, Virginia, won Virginia didn't win the conference, but still they got screwed. I mean, you get Duke. It's kind of like what happens in college basketball. Where you have the conference tournaments and the team that was the losing record ends up winning the conference tournament and gets the automatic bid. Oh, if you love chaos, there's lots of chaos. So that's for sure. But hey, great point, Small Time. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out tonight. Of course, Miami is driving now. It'll be interesting to see. One thing that they noted with Miami is they've stopped throwing downfield a lot the last few weeks and more short passes, check downs. And, it's like all I can think of is Carson Beck in the NFL was how much can you live on short passes as a career? But hey, Miami's winning. Other teams are sitting at home, and that's what counts. Oh, you're doing good. It's raining there. It's 55. It feels 48 and rainy. Well, 48 and rainy could still be kind of warm, but yeah, you never know. It has gotten really, really warm here for us. So we are actually really warm. Speaking of warm, it's Fallout Dave. Hey, Dave, how are you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing good. Just coming live tonight, chilling out a little bit. One more stream before we leave tomorrow. So whatever. We don't have to talk football. I've got the Miami Ole Miss game on and talking about that. Miami's coming up on a third down. We don't have to talk about that. It's kind of an open topic night tonight. We can talk about most of anything within the reasons and standard parameters that you would like to talk about. Oh, we got a dense fog advisory tonight. So, Jess, we are 63, feeling like 63. Our low is supposed to be 57, but we are supposed to have plenty of fog tonight. Well, we got a 3rd and 3. Actually, really is a 3rd and 2, but of course, that Wildcat offense, and it's okay. Small time. I'd love to know your thoughts. Wildcat formations are where they stick a running back or wide receiver into a formation and the place of the quarterback, and generally 99% of the time they just run the football. I'm really getting where I don't like that Wildcat formation used so much because that's what they had 3rd and 2. Ole Miss sold out, forced Miami to try a field goal. Now I don't know. I just feel like the Wildcat is a little bit overused these days. Just line up with your. Yep. Okay, we got a score. Miami leads Ole Miss 3-0. Yay! But hey, Tom, how are you doing? Good to see you, Tom. And Sashi, good to see you. Good to see you too, Sashi. Yeah, you lurking. Good. Hey, Mrs. is lurking too on her phone. Yes, she's getting rested up for our trip tomorrow. None of y'all here tonight. Thank y'all so much. Smash the like button and all that good stuff. By the way, like I said, we can talk other topics, not just football. Tom, I did say hi, I think. I did. So, you said the DM Saturday of forecast playoff game home at 7. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, that has made some news considering Chicago and Green Bay, and that game is stuck on Amazon. So you've got to have Amazon Prime or Play for Prime to be able to watch the game. How do you feel about it? Does it make a big difference to you? It's causing some controversy and some conversations because, for all these years, the NFL had their games on CBS, Fox, NBC, free to everybody, but not anymore. It looks like they're starting to get more and more towards the paywall methods. So you're ninja watching and resting your back. All right. Well, hey, you rest up, Tom. You hope that back gets better for you. It's really, yeah, really, exactly. NFL's going for the money. And hey, Linda, how are you tonight? How are you doing it? Exactly, small time. I agree because like what happened, there was no respect on the running back on that play, and Ole Miss was able to eat it up. Because if you're going to do it, at least make a threat, keep the defense honest. Even if he throws out of bounds, just the threat of the throw is enough to keep the defense back, especially if you only need a yard or two. But I'm right there with you, small time. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, so we got 63, and it's going to be foggy. So actually, while I'm here, Mrs., I'll check the weather because I was going to look at Jess's forecast. Oh my, well, Mrs. I get that. I know exactly. It's hard to tag on the phone. Sometimes I have to say hi to the chat. Well, Mrs., I got good news for you. Or bad news. We got 2 different forecasts. So if we go swimming, we got to do it Saturday. Because high of 81 tomorrow, 83 Saturday, low of 58 Saturday. Then it drops to 69 on Sunday with a low of 37 and a high of 56. That's back here at home, but Orlando's going to be cold like that. It's like, gee, Manetti's. why can't we get some warm weather in January? Yeah, the one year I was able to take the missus and the kids to a water park. It was the 180-degree day in Orlando that month of January, and they had the heated water, so it's really, really good. So, uh, yeah, see that, yeah, local to Chicago, yeah, they find ways to get the games locally, but like everybody else. But the point is, a lot of people don't have Prime though. I know a lot of people won't get Sling, won't get the other networks um, to pay. But yeah, if you have Prime, well, I tell you what, I expect that they will start doing though. I'll be honest, I expect them to start. Your Amazon Prime's not enough. That they're going to make it more of a premier package than, oh, you need more than Prime. You need a sports Prime package and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Dave. I know you definitely would. Relax. Enhance your calm, Fallout Dave. Oh, God. Love that movie, Demolition Man. So, yeah, it is it's annoying. Yeah, it's up and down all over the place. So, but let's see what Jess said. Let's see, go to Chicago. Holy cow! Oh, that'll bless you. You know, Jess shared the video with me. There was a video a few weeks ago of a game at Soldier Field where the RC Cola, the official soft drink of Snorter Pupus Q Burr, froze as they opened it. Believe it or not, it's crazy. So the Chicago forecast for Saturday, high of 38, rain, snow likely, and a 40% chance of precipitation Saturday night with snow. Yes, that's going to be a bless your heart cold game. Low of 21 on Saturday night with a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. Gus has a high of 25. And if that stadium, I believe the stadium is close to the Lake Michigan, isn't it? I could just imagine it's going to be even colder. Jeez. Well, I don't know how y'all live up north with those kind of temperatures. We had almost single degrees last year. The ice was horrible. So, yes, there will be premium Prime. I agree, small time. They will not stop. It's like even Sling TV. You've got to add on to the sport packages, and look, I've got to have some vice. I got to have something to do in my life. As long as sports, as long as I'm enjoying them, I'll keep doing it. Although you do have to wonder about what's coming in college football these days with talk about money and sports and paywalls and stuff. Well, I'm not trying to turn this into a sports show tonight, but it is insane. It is crazy, the money in college sports now. And I mean, we now have players signing a contract to play somewhere and then wanting to transfer to another school after signing said contract. Yes. It's not just X's and O's anymore, or Jimmy's and Joe's. It's lawyers and hoes, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But hey, yeah, small time Chicago wind could be frigid in September, much less January. Yep. Hey, String and Pucks, good to see you tonight. Hopefully you're doing well, and your others are doing well there. I got to hear you sing the other day. That was wonderful. Great vocals, and great instrument, man, dude. You did a good job. It was nice. It's nice to hear you. My wife heard it down the hall and thought it was somebody else, but I'm like, no, it's Strings and Pucks. Actually live at that thing at that time. Yeah. Only money now. Yep. Everybody was. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you for being here tonight. Taking a quick look. It's going to be interesting to see how I tell you what, this Miami is like old school Miami. They're not laying back. They're coming after Ole Miss tonight. It could be a pretty cool game. But yeah, oh man, this is a bless your heart forecast. The only thing is, how much snow would be on the ground? Oh, for that, would it be one of the real whiteout games? Would we have like I'd have it in Buffalo? Or I know it was New England many years ago where they rolled the little machine out onto the field to clear out a spot for New England to kick the game-winning field goal. So, Oh, you did strings and pucks. Oh, that is interesting. Uh, Tom, if you can get that link from Strings and Pucks, if you're able to, I know you're kind of uh, on your phone tonight, but I'd be interested in seeing that Strings and Pucks. We can get the link out there. Let me know somehow. I'll check it out sometime. But yeah, it's started as nice, pay the players. Well, look what's happened is now. I mean, every year's a 1 year contract. The dirty secret is it's always been that way, but the schools had more leverage to dump players than the players to dump the schools, uh, and that's the dirty side that they don't tell you. Everybody automatically expects you get a 4 year scholarship, and then no, you have to keep that scholarship year to year. And there's so much pressure out there on these things, on these players too. So it's hard. It's easy to start to blame them, but there's a lot of chicanery on both sides of the of how that whole system operates. But still, I mean, I don't like the 1 year contracts where players are just leaving and going to rivals. You got players leaving Auburn to play at Alabama. You got people leaving Florida to play at Georgia. I mean, it's a bit much, and that every year you're going to redo your roster. I mean, even the NFL doesn't do that to that extent. At least you have some 2, 3, 4 year contracts. You got some players will definitely be there for a couple years, but now it's really odd looking at Twitter as it says, this player re-upped with Florida. I signed to stay on. I'm like, that sounds like the NFL, not college athletics. But hey, it's what it is. So let's see. We shared Chicago's playoff weather. Let's look at the Jacksonville Jaguars due to host a playoff game on Sunday. No, Dave, I am not doing your favorite cheer because I hate that god-awful thing. But if I can annoy somebody that's not from here, I will do it when I can. But it's bad when our friend Lorena doesn't even like it. Oh, my gosh. So let's see. The Jaguars play Sunday at 1 o'clock, hosting the Buffalo Bills. It's a high of 69, so it's going to be kind of a cool day. The rain would probably have come in overnight. Actually, slight chance of shower, so really not much chance of rain, but it's going to be a cool day on the river. Depends on how windy it's going to be. So it looks like it'll be windy Saturday. Winds will drop off Sunday night, but it should be good football weather though. A little on the nippy side, but should be good for that Jaguars home game. Which Jaguars have not won the division since 2022. And hey, you know what? Let's rock the world. I mean, it's not all. This is actually a legitimately good Jaguar team and fun to watch. So I know I said I'm not turning this into a sports show, but folks, what do y'all want to talk about? Anything good or interesting out there? Jess, I thank you for sharing the weather. That helps. Normally I like to talk hurricanes, but we had the quietest year since 2015. The first year since then we did not have a landfalling hurricane in the Gulf or on the continental U.S. It was really odd to see. But I think everybody after the last few years have probably hurricaned out also. So, all right, let me see. Take a look. I do have to turn and flip. Sorry, I know. I'm to the mic. Okay, Miami has the ball again. So, okay, just wanted to check to see where the game was going, where the game was at. And it's pretty much, yeah. It's going to be a lot of running, a lot of, I don't know. This game tonight could be good. It could be bad. I don't know. I'm kind of a little surprised Ole Miss has not been able to get the offense going yet, though. But we shall see. It is still early. So let's take a look at things with 10 of y'all here. Thank you. Smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed and on the YouTube side. And we're on Twitch. Hey, say hi over there, Twitch. Ooh. No, that's kind of depressing. I don't. I was looking up some of the things out here, so let's see. Wow. Take a look. God. All right. This looks fun. Shall we kick the tires on this one? Let's see. Let me close that. All right. There's an article from the AP talking about viral, quote, 6-7, end quote, tops 2025 list of overused words and phrases. Does anybody have a clue what 6-7 means? Not 67, as it says. Well, respondents to and this is an AP article from apnews.com. Respondents to an annual Michigan College survey of overused and misused words and phrases say 6-7 is, quote, cooked and it should come to a massive full stop heading into the new year. By the way, they've had some sporting events where the college students go crazy in a basketball game when the team hits 67 points. Those are among the top 10 words on the 50th annual Banished Words list released Thursday by Lake Superior State University. The tongue-in-cheek roundup of overused slang started in 1976 as a New Year's Eve party idea and is affectionately called the list of Queen's English for misuse, overuse, and general uselessness. They had over 1,400 submissions come from all 50 states and a number of countries outside the U.S., including Uzbekistan, Brazil, and Japan, according to the university. Also in the top 10, are demure, incentivize, that's a good one at work especially, perfect, gift/gifted, my bad, and reach out. Oh, God, I hate reach out. I'm going to reach out to you. You never hear from people. My bad and reach out also made the list decades ago in 1998 and 1994, respectively. Let's see. Let me take a look. Tom sent me a link. Let's see. Oh, to that interview. Thank you. All right. I'll try to get the link. Put up. Actually, can you send it to me via DM on Twitter? That because I can't get it to my phone. That would help me now. Dave says 6-7 means the kids are now the dumbest generation yet, and humanity is devolving into an idiocracy. All right. Well, but see, I mean, how many times do we use something like "oh, my bad" or "reach out"? The biggest problem I hate with reach out is so many times people say it and they don't do it. That's me. The list definitely represents the fad and vernacular trends of the younger generation, said David Travis, Lake Superior State University president. Social media allows a greater opportunity to misunderstand or misuse words. We're using terms that are shared through texting primarily or through posting with no body language or tone context. It's very easy to misunderstand these words. Thank you. That's a pet peeve of mine. If you got something important to say to somebody, don't rely on a text or DM them do it because words mean stuff. Text, context, tone means a lot. So many times we have miscommunication because we don't take the time to pick the phone up, especially if it's important. How many times I've been misunderstood because of a text or message? I'm not the best with phrasings, and sometimes you can't read the tone. Or many times, I've always said the English language is the worst for texting because many times it looks like somebody's yelling at you or saying something when they really don't have an issue. But like this, I mean, there are just times to still you really need to pick up the phone and talk to somebody so that there's not a misunderstanding. And I do agree with that social media allows a greater opportunity because many people refuse to, and I understand there's introverts, there's shy people, there's all this other stuff. I mean, but there are times when, especially with your friends and stuff like that, and family, you don't want to be misunderstood and you don't want to have an issue. And all that can be settled in even a 2-minute phone call. you know. But again, like I said, it's. I know it's me. I know it's a pet peeve of mine, but it's there. So, oh, small time mention said I mentioned the word cooked. That was in style many years ago, barely used for decades, and then came back with Gen Z. Okay. Yep. Yep. My bad. That's what they said, Jess, in the article. They said my bad made the list in 1998. Hey, you were 10 years old then. So, yeah, that would be my bad was in 1998 made this list. So, yep, absolutely. So, it's let's see. But anyway, sorry for that crusade about texting and not talking. But this thing is, words can mean things. There can be misunderstandings. But yeah, it's funny. Like you mentioned, small time mentioned the word cook was used before. Now it's back. Jess talked about my bad is back. Yeah, they have their own life cycles. Um, few phrases in 2025 befuddle parents, teachers, and others over the age of, say, 40 more than 6'7". Dictionary.com even picked it as their 2025 word of the year, while other dictionaries chose words like slop and rage bait. But what does 6'7" actually mean? It exploded over the summer, especially among Gen Z, and is considered by many to be nonsensical and meaning an inside joke driven by social media. Don't worry, because we're all still trying to figure out exactly what it means, the dictionary's editors wrote. Each number can be spoken aloud as 6'7". They can even be combined as the number 67. And as I mentioned earlier, at college basketball games, some fans explode when a team reaches that point total. So, yeah. Here we go. The placement of 6'7" at the top of the banished list puts it in good company. In 2019, the centuries-old Latin phrase quid pro quo was at the top requested phrase to ban from popular use. In 2017, fake news got the most votes. Alana Bobbitt, not to be confused with another Bobbitt, a sophomore at University of Michigan Ann Arbor, is unapologetic about using 6'7". I find joy in it, she said. It's a little bit silly, and even though I don't understand what it means, it's fun to use. Another student said a small group of his friends use 6'7", and it comes up a couple times each week. But he won't utter it. He won't utter it. He won't utter it. Never. I don't really get the joke, he said. I don't see what's funny about it. But banning it, even in jest, might be a bit of a stretch, he said, adding that he does use other words on the phrases on the list. He said, and this is a 19-year-old, I've always used the word cooked. I just think it got popular on the internet over the past year. It's like saying, give it up, it's over. Some of the phrases do have longevity. I don't think they'll ever go away. Like, quote, at the end of the day, he said, I used my bad today. I feel comfortable using it. I started using it when I was young. A lot of us older people are still using it. And it's like everything, some words will stick around in perpetuity. Others will be fleeting. And he thinks that 6'7" next year will be gone. So, all right. You know, I just saw the second penalty. I know it's defensive offside. Ole Miss got the ball. Oh, yeah, that's definitely offside. 12 of y'all here. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I am actually going to show some resolution memes in a moment that I did not get to show on our New Year's stream. So, but yeah, you feel so out of it, strings and pucks. Had no clue on 6'7". Gotcha. I get that. I get that. And fake news, yeah, that was on the list too. Yeah. And that could be, yeah, there's a move to retro TV, older shows, whether it's 70s, 80s, 90s. And, you know, when that happens, you can have things come back. You really, really can. And that's a good point, because these things have their own life cycles. They die, they go back. And like Small Time had also said too about how he recalled cooked, like was in this article at one point. Now it's back. So, what do you think? What do you think about 6-7, folks? Do you understand it? Do you get the joke? You ready for 6-7 to go away? Oh man, they say Betty Boop and Blondie enter public domain in 2026. Okay, so but still, are there any other phrases or words that you hate that get your goat, that are a pet peeve that you hate hearing? Dave says, yeah, 6-7 means nothing literally. Yeah, and it was annoying when they put it in the pit in Fortnite. Miss and I were going in there shooting each other, and all of a sudden, in the game, and they got 6 and 7 hand in hand walking through the pit like a married couple in a park. But it was interesting, I will say. Not really my favorite, but it's okay. Let's see. You don't like announcers saying a game is a rock fight? Wow. Man, which ones are those? I've not heard. That's one phrase I've not heard yet. But I agree. I don't like a lot of what modern announcers announcing do. I think that they're trying to be too dramatic, and they're faking the excitement and making themselves more of the story. I just miss, I miss the old days of like Kurt Gowdy, Keith Jackson, whoa, Nelly, I mean, that was animated, but it wasn't like going hype, just like going over the top, like some of these announcers now do, and it's like there's almost screaming and hey, you got a first down, and like Gus Johnson, I think, is one of the worst ones for that, and even Joe Buck's done it. A lot of these announcers do this stuff now. I mean, give me a good old Vin Scully, Kurt Gowdy, Dick Enberg. Hey, Dick Enberg, I think, is one of the most underappreciated of all time. I loved him with Merlin Olsen, Mr. FTD on NBC. Vern Lundquist was a good one for SEC fans, and on CBS. Sometimes less is better. And just don't be part of the story. Let the game describe itself. People don't need you yelling and screaming and going crazy to describe what's going on. Let them enjoy the moment. Don't insert yourself as the story. And that's what I think a lot of modern announcers have done. They come up with cliches like a rock fight and whatever. We had one that, like, the Gators, former voice of the Gators, that was there for whatever years. I never liked him. I love David Still, who I grew up with. Very calm, very professional. But they had another guy. All you could say, oh my, Gators got a first down. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my this, oh my that. And all I could think of, I know that there was somebody else, and I can't remember offhand which announcer was, but I know that there was an announcer famous for oh my, not Yogi Bear. I think there was a very famous announcer that used oh my a lot, and I'm struggling to remember who that was, but I just was like, come on, you need more than a 5-yard pass for an oh my. You know what I mean? So, all righty. So, Strings of Pucks, I cannot stand when they bring celebs on that. Exactly. Snoop Dogg's not a play-by-play guy. I also, one of the other things I hate is interviewing the coaches during a game, even between periods. Okay, fine, before and after halftime, fine. But between periods, our baseball managers in the middle of the fifth, we got to no. Just get rid of that crap. Get rid of that stuff. I mean, let the guys focus on the game. I don't want all this side crap during my game. Let the guys focus on coaching the damn teams, and let's focus on the game. And hey West, hey, how are you doing? Fell asleep after dinner. Oh man, dude. Well, thanks for waking up and coming in a bit. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, and the family and everything. Sit back, relax. Glad you're here with us. And hey, well, and the time I turned around, Ole Miss has scored a touchdown. Ole Miss now leads Miami 7-3. This could be a good game tonight, guys. We've not had many good games. We've only had one good playoff game in college this year, and it was Ole Miss pulling out the game against Georgia. So, yeah, Joe Tessitore, yeah, it's like Gus Johnson yelling after 3-yard runs. I know it is crazy. I will tell you. That for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Let me take a look. Okay, Becca's bad out. So, we'll go with this. Yeah, Joe Tessitore. Yeah, that's another. I like all these modern announcers. You got to know when to let the game flow, and like I said, the interviews during the game and all this other crap. It's like why do you, let the don't get me started. There'll be rampages also because I hate baseball managers wearing these batting practice things. Wear a daggum jersey like the like the players with a number on it. Maybe one night I need to schedule all the dad man pet peeves for sports between announcers and uniforms and everything else like that. So, and as we say, Miami picks up a first down. This game really could be the best game of all the playoffs, I think, in the end. Because either one of these teams I could see smashing Indiana or Oregon. But then again, I said Alabama was going to beat Indiana, and that failed miserably. All right, let's do something. So feel free. If you got anything to talk about, let me know. We'll see about kicking the tires on it. We got like I said, not ready to share screen yet, but I'll pick a couple other news articles and things to talk about. Unless y'all have got something to talk about, maybe we find it mutually beneficial. We can talk about stuff. Let's see. All right, I'm going to bring up these memes that I forgot the other night, though, because I meant to show them on the stream, and when we got tired, and then we kind of gave up. Oh, although the missus did something that was really neat. We talked about the movies upcoming for 2026, which ones we liked the idea of that sounded good and others that didn't sound good. So, although I don't think there's a lot coming up that's really exciting. But let's see. You know, like MLB managers wearing the garbage bag pullovers. I call them the hefty bags. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. Wear a damn jersey. I mean, it's a professional look. The other thing is basketball coaches, a suit and tie, period. None of these college coaches look like bums in these track suits. I don't care what these companies are paying your university. There's a protocol. Would you go to a lawyer dressed up in shorts? I don't think so. Would you hire the CPA that is wearing pajamas? I don't think so. There's a professional look for every profession. And no, don't wear the damn garbage bag or the batting practice jersey. Anyway, and Jim Leland started it. Jim Leland in Pittsburgh was the first one that I ever noticed doing that crap. And nobody stopped him, and look nowadays. Anyway. Oh, West, I think small time can agree with this one, and a lot of the sports fans. When a lineman makes some routine tackle and goes crazy celebrating when they're losing down 21 points. Yeah, that gets under a lot of people's goats right there. Let's see. Miami's in Ole Miss territory. Carson Beck throws the ball deep downfield and overshoots his receiver, so it'll be a 2nd and 10. But yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Yeah, keep telling me some of the things that you don't like with dress codes. Anything else or any other topics you got out there? We'll have fun with it tonight. So, yeah, and I do agree with this. Keep the celebs out of the announcing, unless maybe on a special occasion. I mean, of course, Snoop Dogg caught the opening kickoff to the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl because he was standing back there. That was really, really weird. I actually have an odd idea. Yeah, they're celebrating the sack total bonus. That's true, though, Wes Cagle, especially in NFL. Who knows? Maybe it's in college now. Performance incentives. Yes, exactly. Sack, yeah, you get those bonuses. So bank accounts, that's what rules. But it's oh, it is crazy. So these memes that we brought, let me now I can share the screen. So make sure. Thank you everybody that's here tonight. Appreciate y'all being here. All right, here we go. These are some resolution memes. DQ, ruin. Can't even English. Ruining your New Year's resolution since 1962. Speaking of that, I was at Dairy Queen tonight, and yes, I did eat some ice cream. So, all right. Well, looks like Miami's driving now. So, this is so perfect. Exactly. Of course, then you also look at yourself. Is it really DQ's fault, or is it my fault for going? But I did it willingly. What's the plus? What is the plus for, Dave? Oh, that's too funny. Oh, let's see. Let me get this back up here. Okay, well, let's take a look at the next one here. We got another meme. We got here. Resolutions. I only make New Year's problems. Yes. This is the famous Mr. Internet face guy. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, do I cause problems? Do I make problems? I don't know. It's like, but I do like this. I'd like this one. I'm going to cause more problems this year. Oh, you moved the keyboard. Ha ha. I hate when that happens. Jess says, well, DQ's just down the street from my house. Surprisingly, I'm not there more. Yep. Well, Jess, if we lived near you, we'd probably be hanging out there quite a bit. Just tell your mom you need to go get her a treat. So, yeah, the way this year's going, it feels like I'm making more problems at work. The problems keep adding up. It's like everywhere we look, there's more problems. Oh, geez, that's hilarious. Hello, Sinister. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Here we go with this one. Let's see. Don't worry. There will be 0 New Year's resolutions from me this year. I'm staying the same sarcastic, foul-mouthed, weird, and awkward delight that you have all come to know and love. I guarantee. I make that promise. Maybe a little less on the foul mouth, but you never know. But weird, yes. Sarcastic. I might actually get more, double down on the sarcastic. That's the one thing you have not seen is a lot of our sarcasm. That might be fun to do this year. Awkward. Well, we won't make it awkward. We'll just kind of have fun awkward or fun weird or whatever. I don't know. That just got awkward. All right. The common themes with some of those. You can apply this to Twitter too. My New Year's resolution is to value my own worth solely by the number of my Facebook friends, or your Twitter followers, or your YouTube subscribers. Insert social media or platform of choice here. It's all good. Oh, I got to like myself. Remember, hit the like button. I said that before, but I forgot to like myself. Well, you know what? Mrs. says it's important to like yourself, because if we don't like ourselves, who's going to like us? Well, we got a 1st and 10 for Miami at the 24-yard line of Ole Miss. Let's see. Follow this play with about 11 and a half to go. It's a handoff inside. About 4-yard gain. Yeah, just a boring run play. Who likes running? All right, let's take a look. Okay, so if you don't want to count your value by your Facebook friends or social media friends, me listening to everyone's New Year's resolutions. Oh, did they really? I was wondering why they. Wow. See, Dave, we talked about bad announcers and stuff like that. These commercial breaks after a false start is too. I agree with you. It is insane. That that will definitely tick you off. So it comes up to third down. It's bad. It's bad enough that they. It's like watching the Army Navy game. They even the announcers were joking about because the clock had kept moving because they didn't throw the ball much in the first half. They were like, we're going to have to make up commercials or have extended breaks. But it's after a false start. I mean, unless somebody called a timeout, but or somebody that's not going to be on the field very long for an injury. It's being faked or just a cramp or something quick, and they still take the commercial break. Well, we got a 3rd and 6, and looks like Miami broke the tackle for the first down. Oh my gosh, Ole Miss had that play stopped, but could not hold on and wrap him up good. Wes Cagle says, I don't make resolutions. I make executive orders. DJT, thank you for your attention to this matter. I do. I wish I would like to do that at work. Executive orders. Order 66. You'd be like the emperor of New Jersey. So, and Dave said, advertising revenue, sports betting equals more commercials than game. Yeah. And of course, that's always a big thing that we've been kind of talking about a little bit about with the advent of the increase of sports betting also. And yet you've got major league teams, professional teams, college teams, all in where the gambling takes place in many places. Let's see. All right. New Year's resolutions. Conquer Earth, nap more. If you have a cat, if you like cats, you know that this is true. This is true. Cats are always plotting. But look at that. Look at that. They got a Supreme box on the head. They actually went all out for they gave the cat a headdress. Okay. Let's see. How long will you keep your New Year's resolutions? A little sliver a month, another sliver a week, and then the vast majority, I already forgot what they are. But what are we talking about? Oh, New Year's resolution. That's right. Oh, my goodness. But we got Miami with a 3rd and 2. See if they'll have to settle for another field goal. Type A personality types trying to plan their New Year's resolutions. If you've seen the missus, she said that this picture really illustrates me. So, and let's see, not a touchdown, but Miami got the first down inside the 2-yard line. So, exactly, Dave. Never make a resolution, and you'll never fail to keep them. Let's see. New Year's resolution, more time on the treadmill. See, the cats have it right. Look. Well, they're on the treadmill, right? I'm sorry, folks. This is the best I got. Y'all got anything else to talk about? I think these memes would have put us to sleep on New Year's that night. That was a great stream, though. So, Miami running back falls down in the backfield. Let's see. Yeah, if we could just not worry about New Year's resolutions this year and just start focusing on surviving, that would be great. And I know some people are just trying to survive these days. And this is another movie I've not watched. I think this is from Office Space. It's another movie that I have not watched. I know a lot of people wonder why I don't watch a lot of movies, but I never had reason to watch it. So, Mrs., we need to watch this one because it's got all the greatest memes in the world. So, and touchdown Miami. Miami now takes the lead 13-10 point after touchdown pending. So it is epic. Okay. I keep hearing about it being epic, and I love, oh God, what is this guy's name again? Because he was Mr. Brady in the Brady Bunch movie. Oh God. I can see Jason Bateman's face in Dodgeball. but he played Cotton Fitzsimmons or Cotton whatever in dodgeball. And is it Gary Cole? I guess Gary Cole there. As God, he was great as Mr. Brady and dodgeball. Just dodgeball as the announcer. I've seen many things in the world. I've seen just any rate. Just I love that guy. Watch Office Space for the flair. Okay. They've had moisture issues with the field and stadium for a long time. Ironic being in the desert. I absolutely agree, dude. You would think the desert would not have moisture issues, but I wonder if part of the problem is that they, how they don't let grass grow. They're always changing the turf on these fields. Imagine what it would have been like if they just planted grass and let it grow and played on it forever. I do miss that. Is something I miss, the old baseball, football fields, ones that got muddy, where you got mud everywhere when it got wet and got nasty. I miss those games. But yeah, that is ironic. Boo University. That's like I said years ago, but Miami Notre Dame played. It was Catholics versus Cardinals, Catholics versus convicts. And then I saw today with Ole Miss and Miami, it's criminals versus Confederates. So, okay, I can believe that small time with the way he dealt as the announcer in dodgeball. I always liked him. I always liked Gary Cole. He's great. So, fill it with mud. Exactly. Earn your money, guys. Earn your money. All right, let's see. Let me take a look here. My news rear is not about my new rear. Yeah, I need a new rear for sure. My New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating. I'm not going to start it until next week, though. Yep. Yeah, Wes. Yes, the old Orange Bowl in Miami. Yep. When it rained real hard, Chicago used to play in Wrigley many years ago. I think the Jets also, when they played at Shea, also had Baltimore in the old days with the play where the Orioles played. I think maybe even Denver at one point. But now we got to have all these manicured lawns and stuff and all that. I miss the old real AstroTurf, the stuff that actually people hated. That really, unfortunately, it tore some players' careers up. But like Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati or Three Rivers in Pittsburgh, that looked like just plain ugly ass carpet. Those were I did, and they had the little squares with the clay. I like those. I did like those. So, had Joe Robbie. Yeah, even at Joe Robbie, they had him. Yep. The film messed up with their dirty Joe Robbie. Yep. Small time. Many aging, drooping celebrities have new year resolutions. Awesome. There you go. The way to play on that one. Nice job, small time. Jess said our real side led to turf monsters, whereas bumpy and trip players. Yep. Oh, the Polo Grounds. Wow, that's an old stadium. I think that one predates my lifetime, but still, that's an oldie but a goodie. We talked about old school announcers. How about old timey baseball, football stadiums? That would be something to explore. Made a New Year's resolution to stop swearing. Then I came to work. Oh wow. I got a coworker I need to share this one with. Oh my. I don't know which is worse or funnier, the meme or Nick Cage's look here. Golly. Just weird. Oh, that also works for a resolution to be nice to people. Yep, that's true. That is true. Oh, let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Let's see. My New Year's resolutions. 1, take memes seriously. 2, argue with strangers on the internet. 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I think 2 would be the death of me. I just have no energy to argue anymore. It's like I've been defeated. Oh, all right. Let's take a look. See what's going on. Only about 6.5 minutes left. Ole Miss is out to about the 40-yard line now. Yeah, it's interesting how Ole Miss's quarterback Trinidad Chambliss took over the job this year and early in the season because the previous starter, who actually had a very promising year last year, Austin Simmons, got sent to the bench with an injury, and he's transferring now. Although there's talk that this guy could transfer out of Ole Miss after being in the playoffs. As we talked about how crazy the system is nowadays. Jess said, how about basketball hockey stadiums? She remembers a special talking about NHL stadiums. They talked about how old Chicago Stadium and how the overhang of upper level was at the rink. It could be. I mean, all those, what was it, the Palace in Detroit with the Pistons and, you name it. I mean, it doesn't extend to just baseball or football, but I think why we think about them a lot is because outdoors and stuff like that. So, well, there's a resolution I can get behind to delete more petrol stations in Fortnite. Yeah. Go. Although we need bigger bomb booms now, and we need the semis back, because the explosions have gotten a little weaker lately. They don't give us enough bang for the buck, and it took 8 tries to get YouTube to accept that chat. What, literally stated like that, or did you use blow up or anything else? I mean, why did it take 8 tries to get this to come through? Yeah, well, we'll have to get out of Blitz. I understand playing Blitz why, but hey. But yeah. How did you take eight chances? What words were you using? Well, we have a 3rd down and 7 by Ole Miss. Down by 3 to Miami. And we got a snap. Look. Pressured out to the right. I will say Miami's done a good job getting pressure on this Ole Miss quarterback tonight. I don't think he's had any type level of pressure like this year. Yeah. They said they didn't like how I said delete. What? What is so wrong with delete more petrol stations? Or are we using other forms of the word delete that got triggered? Oh, man. Oh, well, Ole Miss will set up for a field goal with just under 5 left in the half. And, wow, kicker actually made a kick. We got a tied game at 10, so. Oh, you were using other forms. Nice, West. Well, I'm glad you got a good sense of humor tonight. That's good that the sense of humor is alive and well tonight. So, all right, let's take a look at some more of these wonderful memes tonight. After I'm done with this, I'm going to finish watching the football game, and I'm going to get packed for us to leave town tomorrow. So let's hit 2. New Year's resolution. I resolved to become a professional nap taker, complete with a resume boasting impressive nap durations and styles. This is one I wish Snortapoopus was here for, because I know he's big with the naps and stuff. But there you go. So, yeah, you play it also. You call it aggressive remodeling. I like that. Oh, yeah, type it in, aggressive remodeling. That'd be good. And Oliver, hello, how are you tonight? Well, first, I will tell you, I'm not into the Vietnam War movies. I'm just not over the years. I have not seen. I'll be honest. I've only seen a little bit of Platoon. I've watched all of Full Metal Jacket at point. We Were Soldiers, I heard, was a good story about the colonel, but I'll be honest, I have not watched any of them, to be fair. But what I did watch, I didn't really care for Platoon. That's why I didn't watch more of it. I Full Metal Jacket, pretty much the only part I really watch is the basic training with Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. But I really, what is yours favorite, Oliver, or anybody out in the chat? Of these movies that Oliver's listed, which one or ones do you like? Which one is your favorite? Green Berets, Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Hamburger Hill, or We Were Soldiers? So, yeah, y'all help me out, chat. We'll talk amongst each other. Oliver, good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for the question. So, folks, let me keep the question up here for a moment. I mean, if we only had 4, I could make it a poll. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies right there. But the honest answer is I really have not watched a lot of those movies. Really, very few. So it's. I mean, I've heard about a number of them, and just it's a genre that I've never watched. I've never found that's gotten my interest in it. And actually, I'll be honest, I really don't watch a lot of war movies. I'm seeing Saving Private Ryan, but like of other classic like Das Boot and They Were Expendable and those movies, I've not really seen a lot of war movies. It's not really been whether it's World War II or anything like that. Now, Civil War I've watched Gettysburg, of course, because that's really a time period I'm attached to. But yeah, Small Time. Boot Camp is great. The war part was not as well made in his opinion. I understand. I think that's kind of where I fall with it. It's like it took on, but it probably also had to do something with the realities of it. Whereas the Boot Camp, until Hartman got blown away, was actually pretty funny. All the lines in it. I had a high school buddy and we'd go around yelling the lines at each other. My God, Paul, if God had won you over that obstacle, he would have miracled your ass over that obstacle. Or and that's just the tame one of all the lines that Hartman said. So, any other takers on this one before I move on the memes? But yeah, thank you for the question, Oliver. And like I said, I wish I'd watched more war movies, but I really don't watch a lot of war movies on overall. I really don't watch much of anything in particular. I mean, I'm big to the 80s movies that we grew up with. Like Wes Cago and I love Better Off Dead. I do want to start doing some watch parties. Mrs. and I have talked about some things of how to do it and be careful because of different things out there. Some of the movies, I just like odd movies. A movie just has to hit me and whatever. Maximum Overdrive. When the UFOs or aliens come by or whatever, and all the mechanics come to life and take over the world. That is one of the oddest, stupidest, but movies I love to watch ever. So I'm not really a genre person. I'm one though that I personally, when I watch movies, I want to watch it with somebody. I don't like being alone, watching movies alone, whereas a lot of people do. Most of the movies that I've watched have been since I've been married. Things like Nightmare Before Christmas is something that everybody pretty much loves, but I never watched it till I got married, and it just one of those things. Sometimes I'm meant to watch things with people, although. I guess if I have one genre, stupid is probably what it is. Naked Gun, Maximum Overdrive, Better Off Dead, those type of things. So, yeah. Wes answered. He said he thinks We Were Soldiers is the best Vietnam film in his opinion. And really, Apocalypse Now and Platoon was shot in the Philippines. I could see it. Very similar terrain. Very similar terrain. All right. Well, hey, let's become professional nap takers. This one I couldn't cut. On the left, when you're trying to stay healthy, but your demons still haunt you. You got your Planet Fitness with the golden arches shadowing right behind. Or when you eat a bunch of protein bars out of the garbage and get the sudden urge to lift. There you go. But Strings and Pucks is way behind on watching movies now. Still haven't seen John Wick. You mean any of John Wick? I did watch the last John Wick with my wife, and it was really good. So I could go back and watch the others. But by the way, if everybody knows, if you've been around long enough, my wife is good movies to watch. I pick stinkers. So if I say I'm going to watch a movie, it's probably not very good. None of them. Yeah. The last one was good, though. You could watch it without the others, but still. I've heard it's very good. Yeah, Fallout Dave, never off a man's dog. Exactly. Leave the man alone. You can mess with him, but leave his dog alone. Brace yourself. New Year's resolutions memes are coming. Well, you knew this is coming because it's like one of the oldest memes around in terms of the picture. I love this cat. I love this cat. This cat is great. This cat was a perfect replacement to Grumpy Cat. I was going to quit all my bad habits for the new year, but then I remembered that nobody likes a quitter. There you go. There you go. And it looks like Miami just scored again. Wow. Yep, and they finally went downfield. Carson Beck went downfield. Wow. I tell you what, that's where I wish Florida would have hired a coach that had Florida ties. But that's something you can't replace is get a guy in your program that went there. Like Mario Cristobal, he's going to have the Canes on top a long time. But yeah, see, this is what I wanted. It's like Mrs. Nobody likes a quitter. So all my bad habits, I was going to quit, but I can't because nobody likes a quitter. I wonder if my wife will buy this if I tell her that. I know she's lurking, so we'll see if she hears that. But speaking of Grumpy Cat, my New Year's resolution: hate everything more. Yes, enhance that hate. Embrace the hatred. Embrace the dark side. Yeah, Max Redstone. Max, how are you tonight? Happy New Year, by the way. Nobody likes a quitter. That's why I keep going back to the Betty Ford Center. Max, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good New Year and that you're doing well. Oh, man. 3-yard pass, knees on the ground. Hey, but good to see you. Yeah, hate everything more. Like Grumpy Cat says. New Year's resolutions. Option A, lose weight. Option B, buy a bigger basket. Yep. There you go. Hey, absolutely there. New Year's resolution generator. So for me, I will be this year. Yeah, folks, play this one. This is one I meant to share with Mrs. and everybody on that night, but we didn't get to it to see what everybody would have. So Betty Ford, Betty White, yeah. Speaking of Grumpy Cats, let's not lose any more of the old Kriegsmarine this year. No, I won't. I don't. I got to play that again soon. But in this case, D for Dad Man, become a vegan in June on Halloween. So my New Year's resolution is to become a vegan on Halloween. Mrs. would be become a vegan on weekends. So what is yours? Let's see. Yeah, play with it. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, I don't like that either. Small Time said, learn to crochet until I fall asleep. So October, learn to crochet until I fall asleep. Nice. Oh, I got enough ladies around that can teach you how to crochet if you need to learn how to crochet. No shortage of help with that one. Grumpy Cat and Garfield had a one-shot miniseries comic crossover with back in 2017. Wow. No, I don't want to be a vegan. No, I don't. It's just what this meme generator did. So Max says his New Year's resolution is to perfect his Smedley Butler costume by Halloween. Oh my gosh, Wes Cagle, are you here? If I knew Wes Cagle's birth month, but hey, it begins with a W. Wes Cagle has Speak My Mind. That's perfect for him. Oh, Fallout Dave. Speak a new language, Dave. Fallout Dave. Depending on when your birthday is. Yeah. So Max Redstone would be learn to crochet. Oh, I don't know your birthday month. That's the thing is. So, hey, we got our friend over on the Twitch side that I need to delete real quick. That's a ban invader and all that. That's a, let's see, ban. All right, thank you. All right. There we go. Goodbye. But, you know, that's how that goes. So, all right. So, let's go back to the chat. All right, there we go. Got that dealt with. Let's see what everybody else is here. Drinks and Pucks. My resolution is to learn a Jim Croce song and play it live. Oh, that's cool. That's a real one. That's a real one. Good, good. But if y'all want to play the game here, see a first letter of your first name and your birth month. Wes Cagle begins with a W. Conspiracy, I say. Yeah, I'll probably pop this one up again when I have a panel on one time because this is a fun one. This would be a fun one to do to see what everybody comes up with. So, yeah, Wes, what's your birthday month? Because I mean, speak your mind. Like, really? That's like reality. Tom's is to not eat all the junk food I find. Oh, well, Tom, yours would be watch movies depending on your birth month, whatever you watch movies and then whatever your birth month is. So, oh, I will not learn to crochet. Well, I got people that can help you. Yeah. Yeah. So let me respond real quick. So let's see. All right. So there we go. Give me a second. I got so Wes Cagle birthday month. So Wes Cagle is Speak My Mind by Christmas. I think well you get to work on it. Yeah, why do I have a feeling that you're not going to end up short of that you'll be well done before Christmas, I think. But that is too funny. West. Okay, it's there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. And Tom's, let me get Tom's now real quick. Let's get Tom's. Ooh, Wes, yes, do come in. I saw something you put on Twitter. I want to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, we can do that. Let's see. And then Tom is November. So Tom would be watch movies every other Thursday. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can do it. Wes, well, the thing is, Wes, well, for most people, you'd be done speaking your mind by, well, most people probably would take that long to speak their mind, but West, speaking of that, he's right here, West. Hey, West, good luck speaking your mind by Christmas.
No, I don't think that's a problem.
I don't think so either. I do not think so at
I gotta
all.
learn to sometimes shut up. That's what I need to do.
Oh, believe me, yeah, I understand it very much so, but damn it, it's just so hard sometimes, especially if people are wrong or being stupid.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
no. Well, I mean, I was, I see where they're coming from when they're wrong, though. I mean, I was wrong. I was wrong once, but I was mistaken.
I know, I know. Hey, by the way, String and Puck says his is J, so his is take up speed walking on holidays only. But that's still too much walking. Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is fun. Oliver has a real one, a serious one. Cut back on ultra processed foods. Absolutely, they're tempting to eat, but hidden chemicals, hazard. Yeah, exactly. It's always good to be healthy, to look out for your health, for
Oh, you
sure.
know what? See. The W is fine for me, but I feel that according to this thing, I should have been born in October because it should be speak my mind until I fall asleep.
Oh man, I wonder what the polar bear would be, because the king of naps and stuff. Yeah, I agree, because we do our best work when we fall asleep. I got to get a picture from my former boss. He actually took a picture of me at work in a training class where we all had to sit around a table and just listen to somebody on Teams or something, and I was sitting straight up.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I fall asleep wherever. I don't. I say this. This has been for years now. Man. It's got to be for the last almost 30 years. I don't have a problem falling asleep. I have a problem staying asleep. That's the problem. I fall asleep, then I'm up another hour later. Or I mean, if I fall asleep and I wake up and look at the clock and I'm like, damn, I slept for 4 hours. I'm happy as a pig in S. So
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I definitely have you on that. So, all right. So let's see. We had a lot of people play with this one, but Wes, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Like I said, I had some dinner, sat down, and put on a long video about. I forget what the heck what it was about. Um, I forgot what the heck was it. I can't even. Jesus God, my brain is really bad. I can't remember what I was watching. It was a long video about a breakdown of some movie. I think it was, and I fell asleep watching.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I need to take some sleep like that. But
Yeah, well,
it's
again,
funny.
but like I said, I woke right up. I mean, like I said, I had fallen asleep. It was about six, maybe a little after six, and that's when I woke up and saw your text at 7:30. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, at like 8:30. I was like,
Yeah,
yes, I was like 6:30 to 8:30. Yeah, I was like, damn, that was uh,
that's
2 hours.
an
Not terrible.
yeah, I know. But of course, then though you take a nap at that time of night, then you're like, how the heck am I going to get back to sleep later at night? But
Yeah, well, I'm gonna venture on and try to play with all the cheating aim bots and sweaties during the middle of the night.
well, there you go. I have to get some sleep, because I got to get
Yeah,
packed
you gotta
after
get back
we're done with the
and be
stream,
moving.
and
Yep, yep.
yeah. So, and unfortunately, I
Taking
work
off
half a day.
tomorrow.
Half a day.
I
I
have a day.
should. Well, the thing is, we got a lot of pressure coming up and getting stuff done, and it's I'm just like, well, I wasn't going to take any of it off, but I found a hotel rate that we could live with
Yeah.
to go ahead, because the one problem is just driving. Even if it's a couple hours on Saturday, we leave too early in the morning, you're wiped out, want a nap and all this other stuff, because what we're planning on doing is going to a special store down there and maybe meeting somebody, uh, one of our online friends, hook up with them and go to a store down there and see. And then you won't be fresh for it. You don't want to be 2 hours on the road and having to come off the road and like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, being tired after a drive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course, now the missus is good, because she has no problem falling asleep. She will say she's been better lately about staying up with me, keep me awake while I'm driving, but it happens. Uh, I, the whole family. I don't know how it was yours with kids growing up. Is like they'd all go to sleep on me, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, in the
really?
car. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, really? And I'm like, one night coming back from Disney on a day trip, my oldest was up with me. Dad, wake up! Dad, wake up! I'm like, I'm struggling. I've told y'all can't just go to sleep on me. And I'm like,
And it gets
so
quiet in the car. Yeah.
yeah, it gets
Yeah.
colder, especially when it's dark at night.
Yeah. Well,
Mm,
up until I don't know, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, I exclusive, especially if I was going to be driving for a long period, like when I was traveling up to see my brother from Jersey and when he was up there in Massachusetts, and that's it was like it's a 5 hour ride. Used to drive that trip exclusively between the
mhm.
hours of like 1 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah,
that's the time I like to drive. I would leave no earlier than 11 o'clock or midnight, and that was great. But I don't know. I don't. I'm night driving is not what it used to be for me over these last few years, especially since the proliferation, is that the word, right?
yeah,
Proliferation
proliferation.
of
I know.
all these damn halogen light. I
Yes,
can't
exactly.
freaking see. You're coming at me, and I'm like, I swear to God, everybody has high beams on, but they
I,
don't.
I know. I wish the missus was on to jump on because we talk about that. That's one of her pet peeves. It's like
Yeah.
they're just not normal lights. They're blinding, and
If
my
you, yeah,
vision's going at night anyway without it.
yep,
As we get older. But it's
yeah,
like those lights have made it worse. And then of course, then when you get at least down here, everybody's starting more of these undercarriage lights and all these other
but at least they're not
add-ons and
pointing at
shit.
me. At least they're not pointing at you. The halogen
Yeah,
lights are terrible. And if you need lights that bright, like some of these halogen lights are, you should not be on the road at night. Get the hell off the road.
I agree with you. I
Sa-
mean,
Same
that's
same thing with street lights. Have you noticed the street lights used to be when we were growing up? They were that like orangey like glow, soft glow kind of. Now it's like a fucking. I'm sorry, ooh, I dropped the F bomb. It's like a effing spotlight now
yeah.
at night, and I'm like, good lord.
I would like some of those spotlights on the major roads and stuff though, but like the interstates and stuff. But they don't. I mean,
No, yeah,
they barely light anything up these
those
days.
those really long ones, the where you're going for stretches like 2 to 5 miles where there's not even an exit. The lights are only there at the exchanges of other roadways.
Yep,
Those are lit up, but the rest of the highways you got to rely on the reflectors in the painted lines.
absolutely. Now, small time. See, I never have been an overnight driver because I do get tired and all, and I
Mhm.
don't. I've never seen well enough to be confident in driving at night. I don't like to, and in case there's truck breakdowns and stuff, road debris, stuff like that, because we've hit stuff on I-10 in the daytime. So that's kind of why I've never been a night driver. But Small Time said if he drove past midnight, had to listen to Coast to Coast.
Mhm.
Yeah, used to be hosted by the great Art Bell. Yes, and yeah, that's a great midnight conspiracy.
Well,
Yeah, my wife.
I used to listen to when I was doing that travel up and back to my brother's house. I would listen to WFAN, Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
Oh,
It's where
cool.
I don't know if you know Mike Francesca,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Chris Russo. They had a spot there, but I mean the overnight guy was a guy called Pharrell. He was pretty good,
Mm.
and Iron Eagle used to host. I
I
think
remember
on
I an
ESPN.
Eagle from
Yeah.
CBS. Yeah.
Yep, yep. So there was a
Wow.
lot of good personalities on there. I could listen till I got to the Mass Pike, and then it would fade out because I couldn't get it was too far from New York.
Wow. That's
This was
crazy.
before satellite. I didn't have satellite, so
Well, Ole Miss is lining up for an almost 60-yard field goal. So
wow.
let's see if he can hit it. It'll be it's about 58 yards, 57, 58 yards.
Well, it's in the name. It's in the team's name.
It looks like he made it.
Really?
He
Wow.
did. He cleared
Nice.
it from 60. Wow.
Nice. I was gonna say it's an old miss, but no, it's a make.
No, no. Well, the Jaguars have a guy that kicked a 67-yarder the other day here at home.
Oh wow.
And then he kicked a 68 yard earlier in a dome in Las Vegas earlier this year.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like it's like it's incredible. I love having a kicker like that. Of course, you
Yeah.
wonder if they've doctored up the balls. Remember how like in baseball there were juice balls,
Oh, yeah.
like with all the home runs. You sort of wonder if they've been putting stuff to get longer field goals in those footballs because there's
Yeah.
a reason people used to. Or is it truly that these are better athletes with stronger legs
No,
now?
it's like it's it's the Bill Belichick rule. They overinflate the football.
Yep, exactly. Cam Little. Yep. By the way, small time did agree about the halogen lights on a jacked up truck are the worst. Yeah,
Well,
because they're higher. Yeah,
yeah,
it is like looking into high beams.
yeah.
Exactly, especially when
Well,
they're jacked up.
when they
Also,
come
these jacked up trucks too are not helping.
well, when they come at me that way with those things, I just flip on the high beams. I don't give a rat's patootie.
I've started doing that too. It's like, yeah, well, if you're annoyed, then get a different vehicle. But
Yeah, and I understand, they come from the factory that way. Maybe we need to, I'm telling you, I mean, it sounds like a first world problem. It kind of is, but I'm ready to petition my congressman and say, listen, you need to pass some kind of regulations about these things because they are becoming dangerous on the road. I can
mhm,
see fine at night driving. I don't have a problem. It's just
right,
when those things come, God, even if you have a perfectly squeaky clean windshield, it
yeah.
glares so bad. It's unviewable.
Prime example is coming down my own street. That when a car from the other direction just is stopped on the other side, I almost have to stop to get past them because it's like the lights just are so
Yeah.
blinding. I
Yep.
mean, my
Even the
headlights are not
even
that
the
dark,
traffic
lot bright.
lights even the traffic lights are overly bright. It seems as I'm approaching an intersection, I can't see across the intersection sometimes to know if the road keeps going straight or if it kinda curves a little bit, and it's only because I've,
Yeah,
driven these roads so often, I know when those ones come up, but it's bad.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, the LED lights are bad too.
And Tom saying about the LED lights without the proper back shield
Yeah.
are horrible. So I didn't
Well, I
realize they
had
had.
I had a, those, the mag lights, the flashlights?
Yeah.
I
Oh
had
yeah.
one. I bought one time, and this was the first time I seen it without one of those bulbs in it. It was, I
Mm,
guess, an LED, and I'm like, this can't be that good. So I went outside, and my house is when I was up in North Brunswick, it was down all the way at one end of the street, and there was a house at the very end of the other street. At
mhm.
it was a T, so it was at the end of the street, directly across.
Yeah.
So I shined it at the house. It lit the entire front of the house up to the point where the guy came out from out his front door and is looking around. I said, "Oh my god!" And that, I mean, the street must have been good, somewhere between a half a mile and quarter of a mile. I'm like, my good lord.
Yep. No, I got you. Linda doesn't drive it anymore. And see, I agree with small time here. If you're parked on the side of the street, just turn your lights off. Even if you run your vehicle, just turn the lights off. You see a car coming the other way, just turn them off. And
Oh hell, I'll go even farther. When I'm pulling either in or out of my driveway, the house is directly across from us. So from the driveway, I won't turn the lights on until I've turned onto the street.
mm,
So because
yeah.
if I did, I'm shining the light. I'm shining the headlights dead into their living room.
Like the old days of shooting off all the fireworks right around everybody. It was like right in their front
And
door half the time.
that's my favorite part about any time of year when they do fireworks is watching all
Yeah.
the Darwin Awards that clips that come up on X. Like the dudes trying to fire big huge bottle rockets out of their hotel windows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Smacks, yeah, turning them up for oncoming cars. Kidding. Yes, yes, Max. Oh well,
Well,
well here.
that's what those you ever see the some of the trucks, they have those lights across the top, you know,
Look, I
oh,
saw before Christmas. I saw before Christmas cars wrapped in Christmas lights.
oh, I've seen that too, yeah. Yeah.
It's like so. I'm ready for anything, especially here in Florida.
Yeah. I
Speaking of that, let's look at. Go ahead. Go ahead. Were you
I
about
was gonna
to?
say, speaking of the Christmas, I saw a guy riding down the road on a bicycle. He had lights all wrapped all over on the bicycle. And it was one of those e-bikes. So I guess he must have rigged it into the battery for the bike or something.
I just like. I mean, it's interesting to. I liked it. I talked to the missus who didn't like it as much, but I actually liked. I thought it was kind of cool, Christmas spirit and
Yeah.
everything like that. But it was like it just,
What do you
it's
think nowadays? I see people. I used to go out and I would hang those icicle lights on all the eaves, and then string lights around the door, the garage, the fence, and then all the bushes outside. And then we had
oh
a little
yeah,
train. We had a train set up, so it took a lot of doing. Nowadays, people just go outside, put those little things in the ground that are like a spotlight, and it just lights. Puts some sort of a projection of lights onto the house. I'm like, that's cheating.
well, yeah. You got to if you're going to do it right. Have a standard.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. Do it right. Like if you're going to play Fortnite, don't cheat. Do it
Yeah,
right.
no, that drives me nuts.
I know. Well, we know if you and Fallout Dave definitely for sure. So,
Yeah.
well, let's speak of the other New Year's resolutions. Dear New Year's resolutions. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Sincerely, January 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think was that the last one? Dang it! I guess that was the last one. You got a time for just the
Yeah.
last one. I mean, I was like, dang, I thought I had more, but I guess nope. That's it.
Well, my New Year's resolution is to not throw my laptop out the bedroom window while playing Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I think I saw you tweet something out earlier today. Did you tweet something about involving Axis and allies?
Oh, yeah, somebody it was the Babylon Bee showed a God, if I can find it now. I don't even know. I probably can. I have to let me look on my profile. It's probably the first one there.
Mm-hmm.
No, come on. Stop screwing with me, X.
It's screwing with everybody.
There it is.
I mean,
It was the Babylon Bee. It
mhm.
said the headline said a study finds every man's deepest desire is a giant map with tanks and soldiers on it that they can push around with sticks, and it shows a map of the United States, a board game of the United States with pieces on it. And I tweeted out, I have this game. It's called Fortress America. It's in the same
Yeah,
series as Axis and Allies. So
right. Are you able to pull that picture up for me to show it or not?
let me see.
Let's see.
Let's go
We
over
got 16 people here tonight, 15 on the YouTube side. Wow, you guys rock. Thanks for being in here with us tonight. And we'll probably go a little bit longer, but man, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. And really happy to see such a good turnout tonight. And
Yeah.
like I said, we'll be quiet for a few days, but we will be back on both channels on Tuesday night celebrating our 30th anniversary with you guys. And hopefully y'all will be here, make plans to be here for that with the missus. But she will be doing her show in the morning. So do plan on seeing her in the morning at 10 o'clock. So, unlike other trips, this will probably be no streaming. We will be having fun and look forward to seeing you guys when we are back. You never know, because there's always knowing us, we can always change our mind at a moment's notice. Okay, are you ready for me to show it?
Yep. Yeah, that's the picture that went along with the thing for. Oh, it says Fortress America in the bottom there. I didn't even see that originally.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a game where you play. Well, I guess you play. One player plays as the United States, and
Right.
then you can have up to three players playing the others. You can see this. You can see landing zones on the West Coast, East Coast, and in Mexico. It's three
Yeah.
invading armies. It's the Russians coming from the East Coast, the Chinese coming from the West Coast,
Oh,
and
gee.
Latin American communists like the Cubans coming from Mexico, all invading the United States.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but the board looks just like Axis and Allies, though.
Yep. It's the same. Same. They had like three or four. There was this. I had this one, Axis and Allies, and I had one called Conquest of the Empire, which
Yeah.
was the Roman Empire.
I know those styrofoam piece holders.
Yep, yep.
Those
Same,
are
same
from
thing from
those are
Axis and
from
Allies.
the original, like the game in the 80s.
Hmm.
I actually took that from the guy who had it because he was joining the Navy in '88, and we figured he'd never show up again. And so he showed up one time the next year, and then after that, but I kept it for safe storage, and I'm glad I did. Well, back then you never knew if they'd reproduce a game. Who
Yeah,
knew that gaming would take on a life of its own? It was really not a big thing back then, and but now it's blown up into big industries, streams, channels, all kinds of stuff about gaming.
yep.
But so you really had the black stick to push the pieces?
Oh no, no, that I think
Oh,
they added that.
oh, that,
Babylon B did that too.
oh, that's a. That looks
Yeah,
like Dave. Yeah, some of these boards can be really big.
yeah, yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to find a picture of the board for Conquest of the Empire, a good one.
Hmm.
Uh, this is no, that's not a good one. That's not the board I remember. This one. That's not the board I remember either. Jeez. Yeah. See, all my
There,
games came from a long time ago. Oh, here's
I,
it. Let me just save. Oh, jeez, I got a dot JPEG.
Max, you're showing the big board on YouTube. Everyone can see it.
Yeah. Let me see here. Hang on. Right. Let me close that.
Okay, that picture. I thought you had showed an. Okay, I get it now. I thought it was oh, I
And
see what the comment was. It's in the same series as Axe and Allies. Okay, I get you. I get you now. Let me see if I can find.
here's Conquest of the Empire. Let me share that. Here, this one here. There you go.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you talk about this one a little bit. Oh, that's Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it. Is it about the Roman Empire?
Yeah, the Roman Empire. As you can
Wow.
see, you've got it's broken up into provinces. Now you start. There are four. No, there are six up to. You can have up to six players. Six starting home provinces. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Italy, Italia, the one where Rome is one of
Mm-hmm.
them. Hispania, I believe, is one of them. Egypt is one. Where Carthage is one. I believe
Mm-hmm.
Greece was one. So that's one, two, three, four, five, and then there was one here in Asia Minor, I believe, that was one. Anyway, you start at just owning one province, and all the other ones are fallow. Nobody owns them, and you have to. And all the provinces are worth. See, here's the money. You put your token on whatever the taxes you get in, depending on how many provinces you own. That's what you get every turn to spend it on soldiers. You have soldiers, cavalry, and catapults.
Mm-hmm.
Move around occupying territories until you come in contact with the other players. Then you have to fight them for those territories. That's the only way you can gain new territories. And the object is to reunite the entire empire, or at least vanquish all the other players.
Hmm.
And it's pretty cool. You notice how down here where I said you put your token as you gain more territories, you get
Right.
your taxes increase. Notice it goes from bronze to silver to gold here.
Right.
As a player crosses over, like if I cross over so that my tax revenue goes from the bronze one to the silver one,
Mm-hmm.
all the military pieces cost double, and then it triples when it goes to the gold, and that's for everybody. So if I'm the first person to cross over to silver and everybody's still down here in the bronze, don't matter. Their stuff still costs double as well. So it's because of inflation, because the Roman Empire was dealing with rampant inflation.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of their problems. So it's really cool. You can build cities and roads to facilitate the movement of troops faster as well. So
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, these games are cool. It's like even like you mentioned, Axe and Allies. This is the 25th anniversary board, and it's 3 panels.
Yeah.
It's even bigger than the original '80s game. We have one of the standard like 6 foot plastic top tables.
Hmm.
It takes up the whole surface area.
Yeah.
Putting these 3 panels together. That's
Yeah.
how big these boards are and can be. And when you get all the pieces on it, you understand why it has to be big, because putting all those units on it can take up a lot of space.
Yep. Yep.
Which
Well,
has made the Steam version of this game a lot easier, because you
oh yeah, it's on the
it does
computer.
it does all the work for you. But there's always something fun as setting up the game, you know.
See, I had a computer version um of Axis and Allies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh and I mean, I still have it. I think that's one of the reasons I kept that old computer I have
Yeah.
that runs Windows XP, because, or maybe I don't think it runs. Yeah, I can't get it to run on the new one, I don't think. But
No,
anyway,
my XP died because it had my greatest Civil War general game on it, and it somehow they cut me off and would not. Once they quit supporting XP, I could never play the game again. But
uh,
go ahead. Sorry about that.
no, no. It's the problem with the game was there must have been some kind of glitch, because the the computer, it there was like a number of glitches. One of them was that the computer's planes, when he flew them,
Mm-hmm.
he was able to bypass the maximum range, um, as far as getting back. You know, if you went so far and you didn't have a place to land, you lost your plane. It crashed. You know, you lost it. He didn't. His appeared back in his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing was, if I saved, and then, because, at the end of at the end of my turn, I always saved, and then let the computer, because I was only one country, I control one country, and the computer controlled all the others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then they went. If I saved and then they went,
Mm-hmm.
when I reloaded, they added. They got double their money every time. I'm like, so I wasn't allowed to save in between rounds.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
cheating. He's cheating.
Yeah. I hate when you can't save the. We would always, with some of the games, save and then do the next round. So if it screwed up that round, we could go back
Go
and keep
back.
going.
Yep. Well, that's another thing. There was a time machine. You could go back to whatever turn or phase of each turn, and if I did that, the computer player ended up with extra pieces on the board every time. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wait a minute, what the-" That was another glitch. I'm like, come on.
Oh
It got
no.
it got to the point that if I went back, because I made a mistake, I moved something. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that." So I would go back a phase, and I look, and
Yeah.
now he went from having 5 guys in Germany to having, 10 soldiers in Germany. And if I did it
Yeah.
again, now he had 15. And I did it again, he had 20. I'm like, "Wait a minute. I can't win this way."
No, you can't. I know. I know. It's just glitches in games really suck. They do, but at least we do have it. That it. I don't know. It's. I.
Yeah.
It was like when the computer automatically gets these impossible series of rolls. It's
Yeah.
like there's no way statistically anybody would ever roll those rolls, but the computer hits it.
Yep.
You need snake eyes. Ah, we got it perfectly
Yep.
timed.
Well, I play the computer in Risk all the time, and
Yeah.
the amount of times he rolls 3 sixes, I'm like, BS. Get out of here. You rolled three
Yeah.
sixes 3 times in a row here. Get out of here. There's no way. You're cheating.
No, no, I know.
I'm telling you, the computer, the CPU, the computer brains of these games gets mad if you're beating them too badly.
Oh, I agree. I
Telling you, they
agree. Mrs. and I played even stupid, like on the phone, backgammon, even against the two of each other, and then all of a sudden one of us goes like three like triple sixes, double sixes, which means 4 sixes, like 3 in a row, or a 6, a 5, and all the triples, and it's like just no way that this should happen. That's just.
Yep.
But at least in that case, it's one of us benefiting, not the
Yeah.
computer. Although, so
I really thought when the age of the now all these online games, I thought the glitches would be a more of a thing of the past because it's more code than anything, and they can fix these things. And no, it's like in Fortnite. There's so many
yeah,
glitches. I'm like, I mean, there was a time when when you play Blitz at different intervals in the game, they drop weapons into you. They give you automatically. Everybody playing gets this gun or this chug jug or whatever. And if your inventory was full, it used to be that it just dropped behind you as you were running. You could turn around and pick it up. There was a time for a while, and I don't know when this glitch happened. It stopped now, though, thank goodness. It was that whatever I was carrying, if I had the rifle I really liked, and they decided to drop a really crappy weapon onto everybody, it would replace the one I'm holding.
oh gosh,
I was like, come
that's
on.
crazy. Yeah,
I turn around, I look down, I'm like, why am I carrying this crappy gun?
because you are. By the way, Comic Relief Crusaders come in and said hello. And Wes Cagle, where have you been? Yeah, we were worried about you. Yeah, Wes has been around a bit. Yeah, he's been playing
Yeah,
some Fortnite with us too
yeah, I started
lately.
dipping my toes back in a little bit. I was not dealing with some health issues, so
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting better, and as you're always missed, West, when you're not around. Good to see you, CRC. Hope you're doing well up there in the Great Canada. And Sashi is still around. Glitches in online games crash your game. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
exactly. Well, it's like I could not play. I can't play um, Uno, even though I have Ubisoft and have Uno. My computer won't play it
yeah.
for whatever reason. Yeah, it sucks big time, and it's like, oh crap, and then otherwise it'll crash it, and I've had that with other games before, where it just all of a sudden it goes in shutdown mode. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, just as long as it doesn't take my computer out with it, it's fine. But
Yeah, before I got this new laptop so that I could play Fortnite with you guys again, I was using the old laptop, and it would every God, man, I don't know, every fifth game, the thing would
hmm
just crash. The entire Fortnite would completely crash. I have to reboot it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. We got well, God, I did not. I'll be honest, I didn't even know what to expect tonight. I appreciate you jumping on help a little bit and coming in. It's good chatting with you, but you come in at about an hour and a half mark, and now we're going on 2 hours tonight. Folks, that's a credit to you guys out in the chat coming in, talking me up, and conversing, and we appreciate everybody being here. And
You sound like a 20-year-old girl at a bar. Oh, you coming in here chatting me up, talking me up.
well, you're laughing. That's what counts. It got you laughing. So, but let's see if I can find one more story. Let me see if we can go another 10 minutes and make it at 2 hours. Because I'm all big about getting to the
Yeah,
uh,
that's that OCD.
yeah, that exactly. So let's see. Oh, let's take a pop culture in 2025. This is an AP article. Let's see what they got in here. It's either that or Giant Lazy Susans bring people together at a Mississippi restaurant. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. I'll read it. This is from AP.com. I won't bring up the article unless there's an interesting picture. But what it does, it talks about some of the things that have happened over the last year. This was from December 22. Let's see. I guess in January, Zendaya and Tom Holland are engaged. At a bookstore, fans go wild for Onyx Storm, a third installment of Rebecca Yar's romantasy series.
Who?
Oh my God. I guess romantic fantasy, probably. We got new categories. A Nirvana reunion highlights Fire Aid. a fundraiser for relief efforts following the LA fires. Okay.
That's nice of them, but you can't have a Nirvana reunion. I'm sorry.
Well, at the Australian Open, U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff mourns the temporary loss of TikTok's app back home. Oh, when TikTok went down off. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's
Tom,
the
you
end of
have
the
a good
world.
evening. Tom, thanks for coming by and hanging out. You have a good night. Hope
See,
your back gets better, too.
yeah, yeah. Take it
Sashi,
smooth, take it slow.
exactly. Sashi says you should see the game, try to keep up if all the players are science captains in Star Trek Online. Everyone is spamming grammatic anomalies. Yes, romanticy. Don't get me started on time. Oh my God, really? Are you into that, Sashi? Well,
I think that's a chick genre mostly, isn't
I
yeah?
but romanticy. Apparently, he's heard of it. Take that to the missus tomorrow on her chat. Okay, tell her
Oof.
that I told you to romanticy. You have more women there.
Is that
Linda's going to bed though. I
is
think
that fan
Linda's.
are
Yeah.
is that a fantasy writing from people from Romania?
No, I think it's romantic
Yeah, no,
fantasy.
I
I
know.
know. It's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, uh, in February, let's see, is there anything? Um,
Just Valentine's
at
Day.
the Grammys, members of the LA Fire Department present Beyonce with her best album trophy for Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, that was a joke. You know that don't get me started on this. She won best country album of the year. Are you kidding me?
Oh, was that when she was wearing the cowboy hat and all that stuff?
Yeah.
All
Uh,
right, let's move on then.
yeah,
Let's
the country music scene lost all its credibility. That I'm done with them.
yeah. Uh, Oh, there's also something in Pennsylvania where hand penned party invitations from an 87-year-old man to his Pennsylvania neighbors with the prices line 4 p.m. until the cops arrive.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so,
Oliver's got a
yes.
question. Yeah.
Oh,
But go
go-
ahead.
oh no, I was looking at the comment Sashi left. He's talking about she wanted. I've seen her video on Romanticy, and she is hysterical. Now, I don't always agree with everything she says because she's kind of leans left, but she is hysterical, and her takes are really pretty accurate, even though I don't have to always agree.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. No. But what about what Oliver's asking
Sure.
about chess and AI?
Let me see. Um we ever played a chess game or a chess app where you occasionally win or lose against the AI? Yeah, yeah. I've played. As a matter of fact, I've got a chess app on my phone to play chess. You know, I'm sitting in the waiting room of the doctor's
Yeah.
office or wherever I might be just sitting. I could be on the gaming potty chair, and you know, I got nothing else to do, so I'm playing chess. And
Yeah.
yeah, I win. I win against the computer. You know, my fair share when it's not cheating.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we always blame the AI and the computer for cheating
Yep. I'm like
all
McCready
the time.
in the thing. I
Yep.
dump my whiskey down into the CPU because it's a cheating bee.
Exactly. You're cheating hard since we're talking country. All right, let's see. I don't have a chess app. I used to play like on a little computer one, like an electronic gaming one, and I would actually have the computer play on that one, like little teeny ass pieces, but I would play with a real board next to it and mirror that way. I'd play, just on the, I'd have it move on the little one, but do all the moves on the big board
Mm.
just to help me see better. Well, in March, let's see, March is also the Mrs. Birth month, so you got that. Um, uh,
It makes you know what? It makes
well,
a lot. It makes some of the stuff. Some of the stuff that comes out of the missus' mouth while she's playing Fortnite makes a lot of sense now that I know she's born in March. You know, the
yeah,
saying "mad as a March hare."
I've heard it. Well, also March, Wicked, and also an audience favorite. What they had two out in one freaking year. Wicked, an audience favorite, misses out on big prizes, but it stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande performing a rousing opening number.
Pass.
All right. And I won't get into the other one. So, okay. April. No, I don't want your crap. Oh, come on. Did you? Anyway, sorry. Okay, I got to get back to that. April, let's see. Uh, uh, let's see. Thailand sets third season on White Lotus. Katy Perry may be wishing she'd headed to Thailand rather than outer space. Her Earth kissing return from an 11-minute trip on a Jeff Bezos Blue Origin rocket is widely mocked, even by Wendy's, which writes on X, quote, "Can we send her back?" End quote.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
God, yeah, they're astronauts now.
Nope, I know. All right, May. Let's see. At Crisis, at Cannes, the film fest bans nudity on the carpet. Do they think this will halt the naked dress phenomenon? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I remember when that happened. It brought back another memory. June, K-pop Demon Hunters starts streaming in June. In August, it provided Netflix with a big box office win with its sing-along screenings. Yeah, I thought this article had a little more hope to it. But in July, Oasis begins a reunion tour, and Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes goes the much discussed advertisement, and American Eagle insists about denim. I threw that out for Fallout Dave out there, since he is a big fan. CBS says it will end Stephen Colbert's show in May 2026.
Oh.
Of course, you can't. Well, I don't know. These two people cannot leave July behind without the mentioning of the saga of the Coldplay Kiss Cam.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Of course, then, and within 6 days, the world lost Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, and Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Didn't he die?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
In August, of course, you got the fairy tale courtship of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Ugh.
Oh, two people with no ass.
Yeah. Oh, man, gosh. Let's see. We're going to skip September because most of September is just like, beyond what I care about talking about. October. So how was your October? 6-7. That's apparently how we should use the new viral term like we talked about earlier with the palms up gesture. So
I don't get it.
I don't either. I still don't get it. November, are we at the end of the Yellow Brick Road? The Wicked Press Tour, which reached into the universe, actual and fictional, wraps the release of John Chu's second installment, Wicked for Good. So there were two Wicked movies in the same year.
God. Oh, I didn't even want to see one.
Well, the reviews were a lot less enthusiastical this time, and
I reject the entire premise of that thing. The wicked witches were wicked. They are not the good guys. They're the bad guys. Don't try to make them the good guys.
I know. Sashi said they had one Malaysian actually go to space and called him space flight participant. Yeah, it's definitely one-way tickets. So, all right. Let's see. In December, one award after another. Excuse that rather obvious pun. Perfect one to describe momentum in the Oscars race. And this is I don't know. This article kind of crashed and burned, to use a space analogy. So, but it did get us to the 2-hour mark, West.
There it is.
We still got 11 people with us tonight watching. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. We're approaching 10 o'clock p.m. I don't know. don't think I'll be doing any late night Fortnite streaming. I got to pack and get ready. If I
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
I'll join you and let you know. But you know, just wanted to thank you for jumping in, and people get to hear you tonight. I know you talk a lot on the Fortnite streams, but I know, like I said, you've been missed by a lot of people too, and you know.
It's nice to be missed.
Mhm.
I mean, it's appreciated that my absence gets noticed.
Yeah, and I've had numerous people asking about you too, so it's, you know, and you know, like I said, folks, our Wednesdays for Go West Dad Man are kind of on hold for a bit, but you know, well, they'll come back at some point in the future. But in the 2 weeks on the 21st, the Miss and I will be starting a Wednesday night regular show with us, and Wes will still be around, and we just, you know, we both have a lot of life right now. You know, it's just like crazy right now. So, but Wes is going nowhere. We will be back to it at, you know, when things work out. And if not, you know, in the meantime, we got plenty of Fortnite-ish times, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a little bit easier. I don't have to, you know, I'm focusing on the game, so you know, it's a little easier. Although it elevates my blood pressure sometimes. Though
Yeah.
playing with friends makes it a lot easier. When I'm playing solo, the blood pressure gets up.
Oh, I know, like that. That's why, folks, when you see me solo playing, I'm streaming because I can't play that game solo. I won't
Yeah,
relax.
yeah.
And the purpose is to relax and have fun. And, you
It's
know,
true.
it's,
I find myself yelling all the time. Oh, you're cheating! You're cheating, you son of a ass!
yep. Oh, man. Wow. This is a weird ass story, and we don't have to go into it, but maybe for where is I don't like these type of stories like for humor and funny, but we're just looking through here back into 2025. Authorities say a babysitter checked under the bed for monsters and found someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, that's just like it's just like crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, you know. Of course, the theft of the $6 million gold toilet in the UK, we did talk about that one. So
They wanted it for Fortnite
yeah.
to glide down from the bus.
Yes, yes, I know. And there was let's see, the one that was kind of interesting is that they what was the one that I saw here? Uh oh yeah, I wish Mr. Angel was here for this. I know he's in the Netherlands, not Denmark, but zoo in Denmark asked patrons to donate their pets, not as attractions, but for food.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, but
That's what that was happening in Venezuela. You remember, like in 2023.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god! Don't get me started on West Virginia and Mothman. There's a story.
I
Anyway,
thought that was a Richard Gere movie.
I I don't know. Richard Gere is one of those I avoid very much.
Yeah, well, it was either Mothman or Gerbil Man. I can't remember.
Uh, I think it's gerbil. Uh, I'm still amazed Julia Roberts was married to that guy at one point. Anyway, uh, one story made me laugh recently. Recently, Sashi said a robot in South Korea jumped off some stairs because it was overworked, apparently. So we Asians may be safe from robots. There you go. We'll work their asses off to where they quit. But
Well,
all right.
that's the problem with the creators of these robots. You know, I mean, they see them as their children. So you know, they're when they're Asian programmers making these robots, they're yelling at their creations. Why you no doctor yet?
Oh my gosh. On that note, folks, we're going to get out of here. We're going to say thank you for being here tonight. Like I said, remember to join us Tuesday night for our anniversary stream with the missus and me. And come. We might field some questions. You never know what we'll talk about. And you'll probably hear some stories you've heard before. You'll probably hear some new stories. And, you know, just who knows what. But we're going to have some fun together. And, you know, celebrate. Come celebrate with us, and we appreciate it very much. So, let me see. Panda bears are no longer on the endangered list. Oh, don't tell Snort that. So, I have not yet seen Frankenstein. I was supposed to, but never worked out. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to sit with the missus and figure that out. But it's like a 2.5 hour movie. I understand it's a long movie. So, but yeah, it's, but yeah. So, Panda Porterhouse. And you're not going to be laughing when Sort of Poopus shows up with his cousins dancing on your front lawn. Yeah.
I saw that GIF you posted on X of Snort and his two cousins dancing.
Yeah. God. Sashi, don't with the recipes.
With bamboo shoots. That's funny.
All right, folks. Y'all, like Max said, have a good night. And, folks, we will see you next time, whenever that is. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out for 2 hours. What a great stream. Thank you, Wes, for jumping on for a little bit. And everybody, y'all have a good night. Catch you later.
Yep. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.